Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 5 Minutes for Fighting. I'm your host, Jesse Rowe, and we are here with the welterweight champion of the PFL, Mr. Sadibou Sy. How are you, sir? Did I pronounce that correctly before we start?
Yes, sir, you did. Yes, sir, you did.
Okay,
Perfect
good.
pronunciation over there.
All right,
How you doing?
Good, man. So, you're on a hot streak, man. 5 wins in a row. You just defeated Al Salawi. How you feeling about your performance? Just how you feeling overall?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, like it feels good. It feels good. Like for me, I look at the big picture and I see the improvements from each fight, each season, and that's what actually makes me happy. Of course, it's nice to have 5 wins in a row, but not everything is not about the wins and losses. It's about getting better and improving, and I believe you can see that.
So what do you want next? Who you want next? I mean, obviously there's the PFL tournament going on, but who do you want next? What's your what's the next step for you?
Yeah, so to be honest, the PFL format, it forces you to be able to fight anyone.
Right.
So for me, I'm just staying in the gym. I'm ready for whoever they're gonna give me.
Right.
How you doing, coach?
You're killing it in the PFL. But I don't know if you've probably heard about this with Francis Ngannou. He's apparently his deal with one championship. He supposedly had some meetings with them. That's not happening anymore. But there is talk that he could potentially go to the PFL. What's your pitch to Francis and him coming to the PFL? What would be your pitch to him?
So with Francis, like I believe, like I don't know their circumstances from why he left and whatever. But, I believe that it's so important for him to just make sure you do what's best for him, obviously. PFL is an amazing organization. I'm so happy being part of PFL. And I know that if he came to PFL, he would love it and he would be well taken care of.
What sort of benefits do you get from fighting in the PFL versus fighting in a promotion like UFC?
Never fought in the UFC, so I can't tell you.
Right. Sure.
It's hard for me to tell you, but I can just say that PFL, like, is a fighters organization. Like, they really take care of us. They care about us. They listen to us, and we feel both heard and seen. And being able to fight like the way in my format, I know exactly when I'm gonna fight. I know the dates I'm gonna fight at. Like, I know that it's nothing political about it. You win and you advance. So there's a lot of good things. Francis is a big name. I believe he would probably fight in the pay-per-view because he's a draw. So there's many good different things.
Absolutely. I know that also PFL is bringing in a bunch of big names. Like if Francis comes in, that would be huge. But you guys also just brought in Jake Paul a few months ago, and obviously he's big in boxing. He's fighting at 185 pounds against Nate Diaz. I know that he's your boss. I mean, not your boss. I'm sorry. I know that he's an investor in the company, but he wants to fight in MMA. Is that something you'd be interested in?
Listen, for me, if you know me, you know that I'll fight anyone. Like
sure.
There's no, but I would also gladly give a helping hand to Jake Paul. I never met him. I don't know him. Seems to be a good guy, and I love what he does in the sport of fighting in general. So if we one day stay in front of each other, I'd love that. Of course, if we wanted help with preparing for someone else, I'd love that. If not, I just hope that he helps bring PFL the brand to grow the brand.
Right. And so I mentioned that he's fighting Nate Diaz, UFC legend, MMA legend, Nate Diaz in boxing. It's at 185 pounds. Just really quick, what's your take on that fight? I know it's boxing. Nate's making his first step into the boxing ring, but he is an experienced boxer. How do you see that fight going down?
Oh, it's a tough one, and I believe Jake Paul will be stronger and a little bit bigger. Obviously, Jake has the experience of fighting, so it will be a tough one. I'll definitely tune in for that.
Yeah. It's you also don't want to pick against Jake. He's the new part of the company. You got to welcome him in a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
So I got to ask you, you have one of the best nicknames in all of martial arts and all of fighting. You are the Swedish Denzel Washington.
Yes, sir.
How did you come up with that? How did that nickname come about, out of curiosity?
So it was I did 2 movies that I acted in Vietnam,
Right.
and when I had the opportunity to see myself for the first time on cinema on the big screen, I actually said, I was like, this was no Denzel, like of my own performance. So after that, the name just got the name just grew.
That's hilarious. That's
Yeah,
hilarious. So,
yeah,
so it's sort of ironic. It's
yeah.
sort
It
of,
is, it is.
yeah, I gotcha. Have you ever had a chance to meet Denzel Washington?
No, I have not. I have not.
He's a big fan of boxing.
Yeah, I
So,
know. I know.
yeah,
I know.
maybe one
Maybe
day.
one day. Maybe one day. We'll see. We'll
All
see.
right. Fair enough. Is there a fight outside of PFL that you'd be interested in? I mean, like, I know that there's so much cross promotion going on. Is there something just interesting that interests you? Like Mike Perry just went and he's become a legend in bare knuckle. We just saw
Yeah.
Luke Rockhold make his debut in bare
Yeah, I
knuckle.
saw that.
Is there anything that interests you,
So
obviously, without violating? Yeah.
I'd love to fight all the different champions from all the different organizations for sure.
Yeah.
For myself and for PFL to be able to broadcast how good we are. But you know, I just take it one fight at a time, and I believe that I stay in the gym, I work hard, and I want to be the best at becoming better, and everything else will sort itself out.
Yeah, thank you so much for chatting it up with me.
Thank you,
And
myself.
yeah, and so do you see more like big name martial artists joining the PFL by the end of 2023, 2024?
No, 100%. Like,
Yeah.
PFL is just gonna grow. PFL is a very ambitious organization. I've said it all the time, and the proof is in the pudding. That PFL is growing and are not afraid to approach the big names. So yeah, I'm looking forward to being part of the growth of PFL.
You're in welterweight division. I mean, there have been
Yes,
some
sir.
legends. There's Kamaru, there's Leon Edwards, there's
Yes,
you know, there's so many great legends from welterweight. Do you consider yourself like the best welterweight in the world right now?
For me, I believe that anyone you put in front of me, I will be able to find a way to win. That's the way I feel right now. I work too hard to see it another way. I don't want to disrespect anyone. I don't want to say I'm better than that. I'll beat him, I'm just focusing on myself.
You think you'd give Leon Edwards a run for his money, though?
I believe that anyone you put in front of me,
All right.
I believe I'll find a way to win.
Hey, well, that's a good answer, man. That's a great answer. Thank you so much. Best of luck, June 23rd. And yeah, thanks for talking to me, man. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for your time, man.
All right.
Okay.
It is the Swedish Denzel Washington signing off. Thank you so much.
See ya.
What's up, bro? Thank you.